March 26th, Chinon. It is one thing for a band of dispirited soldiers to put their trust in a teenage girl. It is entirely another for that girl to be given command of the army of an entire nation. We were filled with pride when we heard the Dauphin's heralds pronounce Joan the Maid as commander of the army of France. So that she may look like a general, the Dauphin presented Joan with a great war horse and a suit of white armor. Jean instructed me to look for an ancient sword buried beneath the altar of a local church. I was skeptical, but not only did the men unearth a rusted blade, but we found that the sword belonged to Charlemagne, grandfather of France. I shall not doubt her word again. Still visible on the hilt was the fleur-de-lis. Jean adopted the fleur-de-lis as her symbol and had it blazoned upon her battle standard. Wherever Jean goes, the standard goes also. It goes with us to Orleans. The city of Orleans is one of the finest in France, but it is under siege by our enemies, England and Burgundy, and is about to fall. This war has dragged on for 100 years with precious few French victories. The people of Orleans need a savior. They are to get Joan of Arc.
I am the Duc d'Alençon, my lady. I will proudly ride with you to Orleans.
So, Joan of Arc has become an army general because of how uplifting she was to all of the people in France. The people who have heard of her, the Dauphin, the soldiers. She brought them hope. She was a young girl, full of hope. And she could spread it on to other people, and now she's gonna truly do something about this war. And she's gonna try to bring France to their former glory. First of all, they want to save Orleans from the British. So in this mission, we're supposed to meet up with I think it's called Boyas, that city. We'll get men from there, and then we're gonna go travel to Orleans and then protect that place from the British. But we gotta convince the British to withdraw by destroying one of their castles, so that's what we're going to do in this mission.
Welcome to Blois, Joan of Arc. The army of France is yours to command.
So now we finally get our army, and we're supposed to get to Orleans without these trade carts being destroyed, because these trade carts will give us resources we need to defeat the British with. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to travel to Orleans now. We got to protect our trade carts though as well from the ongoing slaughter. Well, not really the slaughter, but the enemies on the road basically. And we still got to make sure Joan survives, that basic stuff. And we might run into a couple horsemen or some towers before we get to Orleans. So that's basically what's going on right now. So now we finally made our way to Orleans, and so basically all we're supposed to do now is defend Orleans and make sure that their cathedral does not get destroyed by the British. If it does, you fail the mission, or if Joan dies, you also fail the mission. So make sure none of those get destroyed. And so basically I found a way to do this really quickly. So all I did was advance to the castle age right away, and I tried to neutralize my food and gold with food being higher, and I got it, and I try to get as much as possible, because then in the castle age I'm gonna build a castle, and then I'm gonna create those petards to destroy the gate and the castle. But I was gonna use the horsemen and the crossbowmen and all that to distract the cavalry and the infantry that they have, so the pretards can go in without any distractions at all. I know it's cheap using pretards, but still, it's a tactic, and I'm gonna use it. So now I finally got all my men ready, the pretards and the horsemen with the swordsmen and the crossbowmen. So I do a little bit of an attack on the gate so I can get those knights to chase me, so the pretards can get in without attacking, well, without being attacked by the cavalry knight units. So now I'm going to let those guys fight, and now I'm going to let the pretards get in and do their thing. But I had to do this really quickly before they upgraded their walls to fortified walls, because they have a lot more health. It's harder to kill with this many pretards. If they had fortified walls, I don't think I could have done this, to be honest. But if your pretards fail, I would just use the knights there to finish off the castle if possible. But never bring Joan with you. It's not a good idea, believe me. Okay, so now I'm gonna get the pretards to destroy the castle, and that's basically all you do for this mission. If you have like the expansion, but I'm pretty sure everybody does now because it's only like $10. It's $10 for the gold edition, and it's $20 for the HD edition on Steam. So there we go, we won. Thank you for watching. This has been Boomel C. Jacob. See you guys later.
Prophecy that she would be wounded at Orleans. At the height of the battle, an arbalest bolt knocked her from her horse. We could not believe our misfortune. But as we carried Joan away from the carnage, the battle was won. Orleans was free. When we entered the city, the entire population cheered us on from windows, rooftops, and city streets. They fired artillery into the night sky and shouted aloud their nickname for Joan, La Pucelle, the Maid of Orleans.